If you're looking to grow your business or grow your sales within your company, here's a fast track method to keep you on the right track. Keep it simple. Simple business ideas are scalable business ideas. All too often, we get into the trap thinking that we need to complicate in order to grow. And it's exactly the opposite. Now, you may be in a business that has complex requirements. Maybe you work at a company that builds aerospace elements, or you work in the medical field and you're developing very complicated vaccines or medical procedures. Yes, those elements are complex and take years and years of training. But the process of how to deliver that service or product to the client does not need to be. And the more complicated it is, the more prone it tends to be for error. I'm Justin Williams. I 10x my family's small business, and I want to help you do the same by sharing my experiences in business and where I've come from and things that I've seen. So yeah, it's very interesting. I was talking to a bunch of friends. We were chatting about business, and you can see sometimes, even from myself, when I talk about ideas that I'm pushing in my own business, if I can't explain those concepts and those ideas to my friends in a very easy and relatable manner, it's a red flag for me that the idea or the concept is overly complex. As a very fast way to know if a non-expert can't understand what it is that you're trying to accomplish, it's highly likely that's not a scalable idea. And the ideas that we want to go after when we're looking at 10xing our business are scalable ideas. So be very cautious if a procedure or process is extremely hard to show another person how to do it. I've seen this as well when I look at usage of computer systems. Years ago, we were working to implement elements within our business, and everyone wants to have these very detailed procedures and process, and in reality, you just need to break it down to the basics and very simple step-by-step instruction. Otherwise, as the company grows, you're gonna fall into a trap where you're unable to train people effectively to be able to handle the new oncoming workload. So make sure that your ideas are formulated in the way that you could always be able to explain them to someone from outside your organization that's not connected in your specific field or niche. And then you'll be able to recognize very quickly that the idea is formulated in a way that is scalable. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to check out my video on cold calling to 10x your lead generation within your company. You're gonna love the content in that video. It's gonna make sure that you're engaging with your clients. And again, also outside of operations, when it comes to the sales side of your business, you also need to be always working on simplifying the message. You won't land a lot of clients if you're talking in a high jargon, complicated way to your customers. That's not going to close deals. That's not going to land all of the projects that you want to get. You need to be able to speak with your client in a very straightforward, easy to understand manner, because the goal of speaking with your client is to uncover their needs and not to talk about your abilities. And if you're doing that in an overly complicated way, it's very hard for them to be able to get into a comfortable state and explain to you what their requirements are. Great tip, if you're struggling to kind of understand how you would make this happen, you can flip it around and think about it in the opposite. If you can't explain something, so instead of, oh, I can explain this is such an easy idea in my own mind. That happens too, where in our own mind, it is so simple because you understand the concept. So to analyze if something is scalable, you start to think, is this simple? Is this something that I can understand? Instead of thinking the opposite of, is this something that I'm struggling to understand? Is this something that I can't get the point across to an individual to explain it? If you think about it in that way, then you're probably creating a system that is overly complex and isn't able to be scaled. Always make sure as well that if you're unsure about the system that you're implementing, to talk with your colleagues, to look for outside help. There's often a consultant or an individual in your network who may be an expert at something that you're trying to implement that you're not getting your head around properly. And we can all waste way too much time trying to figure something out that's already being figured out. So as we look forward and we want to really scale our business, make sure to always be following the principle of just keeping it simple. Thanks so much for watching the video. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel.